Hi guys! In this video I'll show you some of the more advanced stuff you can do with Mongo. I'm using again the movies collection, and this time I have two movies in there. I'm going to show you how to do a projection, how to compute an aggregate, and then I'm going to show you four complex updates. By complex I mean that we're going to update subdocuments of an array. Okay, so the first thing is the projection. This is just another way to say I want a few fields, less fields of an object, not all the fields. For example, here I'm basically querying for all the documents in the collection, and I'm just interested in the title, so not the reviews. If I call this function, I'm going to get this. So as you can see, I'm only getting the title for each movie. The next thing is how to do an aggregate. An aggregate is basically computing some data based on what's in the database and displaying the result of that computation. In this example, I'm again matching all the documents, so this is querying all the documents in the database. I am using the project keyword to only get the title and then those two aggregate fields. The number of reviews field is basically the size of the ratings array, and the score is the average of each value for each rating. Very simple. And now I'm getting this computed result out of the program. Okay, the first complex update is, as you can see, not that complex. What I'm doing here is I'm setting all the ratings value of Harry Potter to 10. So what this operator here does is it says take all the elements of the ratings array and set the value field to 10. So let's take a look at the Harry Potter document right now, and you see that the values for the ratings are very different, 4, 8 and 10. After I run complex update 1, all of those have changed to 10. Okay, the second complex update only updates a certain element of the ratings array, in this case the first element. This is if you somehow magically know the index beforehand. This is a very rare case, and in fact this syntax, as far as I know, is not even documented in the Mongo documentation, but it works. So in here I'm setting the value and the sentiment for the first review of Californication to 8 and OK. So if I were to go to Californication, the first review has the sentiment bad and the value 1. After I run this update, and now I refresh this, you see, the values changed. As I said, it's quite rare that you magically know the index of the update of the element you want to update. And therefore, in this third example, I'm showing you how to query for the element in the array you want to update. So for this, I'm using the lm-match operator, which matches exactly one element in the subarray, and it matches it based on the fields I'm writing here. And then this operator, what it tells Mongo, update the first document that matches the query. So only the first one. So basically, if I'm taking a look at this document, at the review by Dumbledore, you'll see that sentiment is meh and value is 10. This update will change the sentiment to love. Okay, so watch for it. When I refresh the page, it turned to love. And the last update will let you update multiple elements of the array. So, as I said, this operator only matches the first element that fits the query. But if you want to update multiple elements that fit the query, you need to use this syntax. And this is this. So this is very intuitive if you think about it for a second. It's basically selecting by a sort of index called lm all the ratings. And this index, lm, is actually a set of indexes where sentiment is not equal to love. So let's look in the database. And as you can see, none of them have the sentiment love. So when I run this complex update number 4, all the sentiments should change to love. And that's it. So these were just a few of the more advanced examples, but this just only scratches the surface of what you can do with Mongo. So please go read their documentation if you want to learn more. This is the very first thing you need to do in order to consider yourself medium advanced user. Get comfortable with the documentation. With any kind of documentation, it's going to be hard at first, but once you get familiar with its structure and its way of explaining things, you can say you are comfortable with that technology. And the Mongo documentation is quite good, to be fair. So if you want to learn more, go visit their documentation. Thank you for watching.